So, what does a day in my flipped classroom look like? Well, here we go. I begin most classes trying to get my students excited about math with something I call a hook. Sometimes the hook is related to the current content at hand, and sometimes it isn't. In the past, I've done card tricks where we can explore some math and magic. I've given the students a joke or riddle, or perhaps we'll watch a video on a mysterious topic like feet. It is an opportunity for us to play with math and have some fun before we get after it. Once we're warmed up and ready to go for the day, I ask students where they're at. In a self-paced classroom, students can be working on a variety of different concepts in different sections, and that's okay with me. It is differentiation at its best. I normally find that 80% of my learners are on pace, and a couple are a little bit behind, or perhaps a little ahead. No longer does the class need to travel at my pace and be frustrated or bored. From there, I do a quick review on the current topic, and finally, I see if students have any questions they would like me to address. Once we're done our review and Q&A session, we roll into an in-class activity. Each day I try to do something where students get a chance to collaborate with each other and get their hands dirty with the math, something I just never had time for prior to flipping. Some days it may be a math lab. We might peel an orange to derive the formula for the surface area of a sphere. We might do a whiteboard activity of some sorts, and other days I'll just put a question on the board and get the class to discuss it in their groups. These activities are why I flip, so students can have further opportunities to make meaning for themselves. These activities also ensure that we will have community in our flipped classroom, even though students may be working on a variety of different topics. The best part is that these activities benefit all my students, regardless of where they're at. For some, the activity is a preview since they may be behind. For others, it is a review if they are ahead, and for the majority, it is just right. Kind of like the Three Bears story going on here. Next, we roll into flex time. Flex time is kind of like it sounds, flexible. Clever, eh? Students can work on whatever they need to get done. At the beginning of each unit, students receive an outline which lists the various things they need to accomplish in order to earn a test opportunity. Yes, a test must be earned. In my class, it is not a right. Students write tests when they are ready. The unit package includes things like assignments, quizzes where mastery needs to be demonstrated, and journal entries. I absolutely love flex time, and so do my students. Students learn to take responsibility for their learning, to decide what is and is not important, who to work with and who to stay away from, and even where to cut their losses. I think flex time helps students experiment with their own learning and find what works for them. Skills I wish I knew prior to heading off to university. If you walked into my class during flex time, it may look like absolute chaos. Chaos I'm quite proud of. You may see students sprawled out on couches working on a quiz together. Together? Yes, I said together. Quizzes in my class are for learning, not for marks. You may see pairs of students watching videos together, splitting their headphones so that they can ask each other questions. You may see students working out of the textbooks. Nothing too exciting here. I still have textbooks. Students still do some questions. You may see me working with students on the board, at a coffee table, or even on the floor. Heck, you may see students that aren't even in my class. My door is always open. If you have a spare, then come on in. Kids coming and doing math on their own time is really a thing of beauty. In my opinion, learning is messy, so the classroom should be too. I mean, figuratively, of course. I do clean once in a while. We keep it messy by having couches, by having tables, desks, big whiteboards, small whiteboards, and even music sometimes. We have places where students can find peace and quiet, and places where it is usually loud. Students can eat, students can listen to their own music, students can take breaks when they need. Lots of mess, and I'm hoping lots of learning. At the end of class, my students are normally wiped out, and I'm not far behind. A long day of frolicking in the fields of learning is quite tiring. And, wow, that sounded super cheesy. As students are ready to go home for the night, I tell them what their assignment is. Absolutely nothing. No homework at all. Say what? I don't need to assign homework anymore. Classroom time has become efficient by involving more of them and less of me. No homework. Yep. No questions, no videos, no homework. Unless, of course, you want some extra practice. A day in my flipped classroom is all over the place. It is crazy, it is evolving, it is different. And it most certainly is flipped.